Hey, what's up people? Robert back with another video. And today we're going to do the 7th episode of my series Getting Better at Call of Duty. But first of all, I would just want to say something real quick before we start into the episode. I have finished school for this half of semester, so I have my March spring break coming up next week. And today I didn't have school, and I usually have school, but the teacher canceled it. And I don't have school on Friday, so usually I upload always on Friday. So there will be an upload today, Friday, and all of next week. At least one video per day, and maybe two per 2 days. I'm gonna see how I work it out, how I can do it. So I hope you guys will enjoy the next week. It's really going to help me a lot doing more videos. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get right into the episode. Today we're going to talk about being a certain player, being the type of player you need to be or you want to be. So I'm going to explain it a little bit, but it goes like this, okay? Whenever you play a game, you have to know how you play the game and how you want to play the game. As I can say, there is a lot of type of players inside the Call of Duty branch. If you can say, there's let's say where there is the rusher type of player, there is the passive player, there is the aggressive player, there is the objective player, and there is the slayer player. These are the most formal, the most known, as you can say, and we're gonna play this in function with the game. So first of all, you're gonna know that there's a lot of difference between all of the players. I'm not gonna be, I hope it's not gonna be a long episode, but I'm gonna try to make it as fast as I can. So first of all, we're gonna talk about the rusher player. How do you know if you're a rusher player? A rusher player rush a lot. It's obviously the number one thing you have to do. It's using a lot of flanking routes and having to go behind the enemy and kill them in the back most of the time. This is going to be a rusher player. He's gonna rush a place quickly. Whenever you play SMG, he's always gonna be the first one there, and he's always gonna be there first. This is the rusher player. Which gun you're gonna have to use rusher player? It's mostly SMGs. Why you gotta get to the point as fast as you can. Shotguns also. The second type of player I want to talk about is a passive type of player. This is more of a sort of picking off people from long distance or helping your team get to an objective, but slowly and surely. Having to do it like to have the certain point where you're gonna have absolutely the flag or the advantage over the enemy. So how do you play the passive player? You gotta play slow. You gotta pick off people at long distance, mostly using the AR weapon or a LMG. You can also use the SMG as a passive player, but it is good. But you're gonna have to be passive in close quarters combat. Whenever you're passive, be sure to be in a building when you're using an SMG, or in tight quarters. So that's pretty much it. Whenever you're using the passive player, whenever you want to be a passive player, you gotta have in mind that playing the objective is not your responsibility. You have to pick off people. You gotta help your team winning these gun battles so they can tap their flag or play the objective. So the third player I want to talk about is the aggressive player. The aggressive player is not really the same thing as the rusher player, because the rusher player is always going to get behind and get the kills from behind, try to flank. The aggressive player is whenever you want to get a fast point and get the objective down quickly. Playing the objective is mostly an aggressive player. If you want to get in the face of the enemy, like right up in his face, this is more an aggressive player. You're not going to use as much as the flank routes as the rusher player. You're going to use a direct line to the enemy or a direct line to the objective. And mostly you're going to use a SMG also. It's sort of like the same thing as the rusher, but it's not exactly, because the rusher is not going to really play the objective The aggressive player is going to mostly play the objective. The rusher is a big difference between both of the two. The aggressive type of player mostly will have less deaths than the rusher. Why? Because he's not going to get really inside their spawn. Whenever you're doing public matches, most of the people are rushers, but there are all of people that are some aggressive players, and sometimes it's not the best choice, but you have to have at least one aggressive player and one rusher player. Why? Because you want someone to get in front of their face and someone to flank them from behind. And the last thing I want to talk about is the objective player. Objective players are really important if you want to win the game. It's obviously the number one thing you want to do whenever you play. But being an objective player is very difficult in a certain way. It's not about just jumping on a flag and capping the flag and defending. It's taking territory from the flag, taking a lot of territory from the flag. You don't want to let any enemies come near it, and it's really being a smart player. Go watch that video. You're gonna understand what is a smart player. Whenever you're playing an objective, don't challenge that much the enemy. You let them come to you, and that's the important thing. As a objective player myself, I'm trying to learn other type of players. I used to be really objective. Now I'm more of a passive aggressive, which is sort of I can stand back and pick off enemies from long distance, but I can also be in front of the enemy. But as a past objective player, what my job was to do is whenever I could jump on a flag, let's say B-Dom in freight, I put down my trophy system, tap the flag, and go into the Owens building. Don't have the enemy. Sorry guys, don't let the enemies come near the flag. So you want to like cut off them from a certain route. So that's mostly the objective responsibility. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's a pretty long video, but sorry for the long video. I hope you don't notice or see if it is long. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helps you choose a different type of player or experiment with other types of players. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you are one of these players and if you understand. And leave a comment if you think there's other type of players or there's anything else you want to say. Let me know. Subscribe for more videos. Robo Dice out. Peace.